Okay, so there are majorly three types of referrals. One is the direct referral. Okay, so direct referral is something which a particular person or a recruiter would be creating in the system using these two tasks. Okay, so we have two tasks of creating the referral. Create a referral is majorly for the recruiters or admin people. Okay, and refer a candidate is for all the employees. So you'll see a little bit difference in the task details, but both of them would lead to creation of a referral only. And one more thing, create a referral won't lead to triggering of any BP, whereas refer a candidate would lead to triggering of BP called refer candidate. Okay, so let's see how these tasks looks like. Okay, so this is how the form looks like. So over here, we have to mention explicitly the owner, who would be the owner of this referral. Okay, so like this is a task where we can also create a referral on somebody else's behalf as well. So I could define the person here. Let me keep it Carol. So like this person would be getting the referral amount, one-time payment referral amount, which we have added on our job rec. Then for which country we are going to refer, like the candidate is from which country. Then if I scroll down, so you'll see that the details are just similar to how when we were creating the job application or when an external candidate sees the job applications details. So those are the just same ones over here as well. So phone device type, let me keep it mobile. It's not mandatory, so let's just remove it. The second task, refer a candidate, is for the employees only. Okay, we'll see that the ownership would be automatically given to the person who is looking into that task. Here you saw, right? We have to give the ownership explicitly. So this could be the admin task used by recruiters or hiring manager or even the admins. Then I have to mention the jobs, definitely. So I could refer him for multiple openings. Okay. Then I can define the job areas like the profiles like C++ or Java or .NET. Or these are the ones maintained in the system. But most of the time, I've not seen this job area field used. Even when I've implemented, they don't look into this job area. They're just concerned about this jobs, which is the job rec.
Okay.
Then what is the relationship? So we can maintain the relationships for referral as well. So we have a task, maintain referral state relationship. So these are coming from there. Okay, so I can select anything of my choice. Okay. Then candidate agrees to be referred. So this is coming from Workday. Then any website, like for example, for the profiles of Java, Python, or C++, right? So in that case, it is expected that the candidate has created certain sites or he has some he has some pages where he could put over here, which will show his work. Okay, it could be a PDF also, PDF URL also, which he has uploaded somewhere, or any research paper, anything. So he has to provide the URL for that. So that we can define. Then referral social media link. So what would be the candidate's LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook? We can. Then the details are just the same. The experience, cover letter, and other documents. Okay. This is not the certification, not the document. This is basically your work somewhere on Google or somewhere on cloud or any platform, okay, which is either published or you have created it, which is in runnable format. So you can share that URL address over here so that the recruiter can see, okay, he has prepared this also, he has done this project also. So anything, any detail about the project or anything, the URL for that should be given here. It's not going to be simply a PDF, no. So it could be a PDF, it could be a research paper which the person has created, but it should be uploaded somewhere because we are only going to put the URL address.
Okay, got
so here
it.
you can see the website also, no? So on which website it is present, so posted.
Okay.
Then we can define the experience, education, it's mandatory. And let me click on OK and see which all fields are mandatory. Okay, nothing is mandatory. So a referral profile has been created. He would also be considered as, he would be given a candidate ID. So for our prospect also, he was given a candidate ID, right? So now when we are creating the job app, so I'll type this person. Okay. So see, even though the person was referred for something else, okay, still the recruiter has the ability to create job application for something else. So it could be a case that the job rec to which he was tagged during referral, maybe it got expired or it was unposted or closed. Okay, and a new job rec has been created in the system. So recruiter should have the ability to attach all of the job recs in the system. So that's why I'm just attaching this.
Okay.
Then how would you like to fill out this job app? So manually pass information from a resume CV. So this is the concept of resume parsing. Okay. So Workday provides this feature automatically on certain tasks. Okay. And we will see which all tasks are there. But just remember, resume parsing is a concept where Workday fetches the value from the resume of a person. And the values are like first name, last name, email ID, school, okay, work X, all those things. Okay. The general ones. So I'll click on OK. And the source is this, automatically attached, referred by. Okay. So the ownership was given to this person, so it is coming here. Then again, the job application details would be passed. Let me click on OK and see. I need to provide the certification. Okay. Then country, certification, issue date, all these. So now on his profile, you could see that a job application has been created. So if I go and see this job rec, so I would be able to see my candidate, but with a description that it's a referral. So that is how it could be distinguished. And the rest of the process is just the same, how we have seen.
Okay.
Okay, now let's talk about the second task. So we saw that it didn't lead to triggering of any BP. The other one, so this is the one used by the employee. So referred by is already coming up. Okay, so we have to define the first name. So we can define all these things. So we could see that there is some change in the task. It is asking us less details. Then the relationship would be the same. And you can define the referral address and referral social media links. It doesn't ask us for the URL, nothing, experience, no. But you could see it has a submit button. So it will lead to triggering of a BP. So let me open the BP. Okay, so I need to create the referral BP. So referral candidate is the one I could copy default definition. So it doesn't have many steps. Okay, I'll show you which ones are there. So it only has review, refer a candidate. That's it. And it could be done by the recruiter or hiring manager. These are the ones. So this is done by the recruiter only. So means recruiter will see what all details are filled in for this candidate.
Okay.
Okay. So we cannot see this candidate as self. Okay.
Okay.
So since I have taken some other job rec which might not be tagged to my supervisory org, no, so it might lead to triggering of some other superb's BP or the default definition. But I wanted to show you that is the one which gets triggered. There's some note. Okay. Job or job area is required, but where's the option for that? I think I need to log in as somebody else. Let me log in as Logan. If I cannot see, okay, job areas, I think we have mentioned, but you know what? No worries. So complete questionnaire. So it might be this job rec might be tagged to some other support and that BP might have trigger. So yeah, we can add questionnaire step as well. So you know, right, how to include questionnaire step in a BP? Complete questionnaire step and then just configure the questionnaire. By configuring, I mean just attach the questionnaire.
Okay.
Then it has, I need to reassign it. So in order to reassign, so since one of the step was not reassigned, not assigned means no user group was assigned to that security group, that's why it is coming as reassign it. So you know the concept of reassignment, right?
Yeah.
So that is how like we can create our referral with this task, and then again the recruiter would create the job app and use this referral and include him in the job application. So this
Okay.
is referral setup as of now. This is for direct referral. Okay. So the second type of referral is just the opposite of direct referral. So what will happen here? When the external candidate is filling in the job application, okay, on external career site, or let's suppose he was invited to apply, okay. So on filling in the job application, there would be a question we can add, okay, that do you know anybody who is there in the company right now, any existing employee? So if a person puts up any detail like any email ID or the employee ID or anything, or even the full name, then what will happen? And he clicks on the job application submit button. So what will happen? A request would go to that existing worker that somebody has said that they know you. Okay, would you like to endorse that person? And if that existing employee accepts that request of endorsement, then it will lead to triggering of a BP, endorsed candidate. Okay, so endorsement is just opposite of referral. In referral, the existing people are referring somebody else, whereas in endorsement, external candidate is asking existing people to please put the referral for me. So this concept is called endorsement. Okay, so how we can do the setup for that is very simple. So in any one of the job application sub stages, no. So let me here, if let's suppose I add one step, okay, it could be an action, then in action, send endorsement request. So what will happen? Once the screen BP gets triggered for that candidate, no, who has said that I know somebody, and when the steps gets triggered, so employer self, like the person whose name is given, like he would get a request that somebody has asked for endorsement, and if he approves it, no, if he approves the steps, then what will happen? It will lead to triggering of endorse BP. So I'll create that also. So again, it doesn't have much steps. Okay. It only has this. Okay. And again, like a request would be sent to an employee that please give your approval for endorsing this candidate. Okay. So employee as self or contingent network worker as self, both of them could get it. When that steps get triggered, no, and approval is given. So we can also include over there recruiter or hiring manager. Like they will lead to triggering of endorse BP. If they click submit on that step, no, it will lead to triggering of endorse BP. So that is the main motive of that particular step, to trigger the endorse BP, and then in endorse BP, the existing employee will give the endorsement. Like he
When
would
she
put a referral kind of a thing. So endorsement, like I have not seen many clients using it, but yeah, this is a feature we can tell them. Then let me go to the third. So third type is social media referral. So what will happen? It's just the job URL would be posted by the employees on their social media. Okay, so a lot of time we have seen on LinkedIn, Facebook, okay, people posting the URL that you can apply over here, or you can like click on this and we would create a referral or something like that. Okay, so that is just simply sharing of a URL. But this is also a referral type only. Okay, the ownership would be given to the person. So these are the domains related to referrals. Okay, and we also need to do a setup in edit and setup recruiting task, if you remember.
Yes.
So what happens when the person is filling in the job app, and if let's suppose he says, yes, I know somebody in the system, and gives in the detail. Okay, so then this step would get triggered. Otherwise, it will not trigger. And once this gets triggered and recruiters complete this step, it will lead to triggering of endorse BP.
Okay.
So generally, like what happens, we just create the referrals. Okay, so like in my company, Workday is implemented. So I've just created the referral. Okay, so the recruiters will see the list of all the referrals, and then they will pick out the best one and create the job application for them.
Okay.
Got it. Okay. So this is how, like, an existing employer doesn't create the job app also for that, because he is not the one who is going to decide whether he should be moved forward or not. Recruiter takes care of that.
Recruiter will do. Yeah.
So even this create job application, no, this access is not given to everybody in the system. It is only given to admin, hiring manager, recruiters mainly. So edit and setup recruiting here. So we have certain fields related to referral setup. So we have this referral ownership level. These are the two ways of giving the ownership. So let me explain using an Excel, because this is a very important field. Okay. So let's suppose we have a candidate A. Okay. And let's suppose Shilpa has referred him for C++ profile. Then Shweta has referred him for Java. And Sagar has referred him for Python. Okay, so let's suppose they were referred in this order only. Okay, let's suppose he got selected for Java. Okay, he got selected for Java. So if we would have selected candidate level now, then the ownership would still be given to Shilpa. Like it's first come, first served basis. Whereas if you're talking about job application, then Shweta would have got the ownership. So like it is on the basis of job application, we are giving the ownership, and this is on the basis of the candidate. Like we are giving preference to the candidate who has given us the details first. Yeah, if we are selecting here in the edit and setup candidate level, no, then Shilpa would be getting. And if you're selecting job application level, then Shweta would be getting. So these are important from interview perspective also. Then we can define the referral ownership period, like for how long the ownership would be given. And then let's suppose if there are multiple records for the referral, like if for the same job, a person has been referred already, and if somebody else is also referring him, then Workday will give us an error with this based on this particular policy. So these are Workday delivered policies. So you can just discuss with the client and select it. So prevent referral if candidate already applied for the job rec. Then prevent referral if there is a potential duplicate prospect for the same job rec. Prevent referral if this person already exists for any job rec or area. So we can also, like, if he has been there in the system for some other job rec, then also Workday can prevent. Then we can prevent the referral if candidate has a duplicate referral with an active owner. Like he is simply being referred again, and he already has an active owner in the system. Okay. So that is how like this would trigger. Then what would be the duplicate referral message? This is given here. Then enable automatic candidate merging. So this is a concept we'll see in candidates. But yeah, these are the major fields related to referral on this task. Okay. So yeah, referral ownership type and period, duplicate referral policy for employer. Then we can maintain the referral relationships. Okay. And then there are two major BPs related to referral. One is a one-time payment referral for a one-time payment for referral. So this we can include on our offer BP. Okay. We can also include it in higher BP as well. So we could trigger the referral amount in both these stages. So generally in higher BP itself, it is included. Okay. Then refer a candidate. This is definitely needed. So these are the tasks. Then we can also invite referrals to apply. So that could also occur. So how that could occur? I'll just go to the profile of the person whom I've referred just now. So on this particular profile, I click on actions, then candidates action and invite to apply. Okay. So if I click here, it will give me a prompt kind of a task. Then I have to define the job posting. Okay. Like where this job is posted on the external career site. So that link would be given. Then any job application template, that also I can mention here. Then what would be the contact method and what would be the message template. So message template is majorly for the notifications. And these are the contact methods for the notification, email and mobile push. And also like I could send him an email with this subject body and from display name, like the email address is this, but we can define the subject over here, like from where it is coming. And if let's suppose we want to give the feature of allowing the candidate to reply also, then to which email address we can give this functionality for. Then push notification, if it is enabled in the tenant, then this would be the message going in. And if there's any document needed, so we can. That is how we can invite to apply. There's another way also of inviting the candidates to apply, and that is like from the related action menu of refer a candidate BP, we can select business process, add notification. Okay, then the recipient, like you have done the setup for notification, right? So on BPs, you should know about notification. It's a very important concept. We'll just go to related actions, business process, add notification. So here you are going to define when this notification would get triggered. Okay, like it would depend upon, let's suppose refer a candidate has been completed, cancelled, corrected, denied, manually advanced in any of these stages, or on entry of any step, or on completion of any step, or on ad hoc approval. So that is how we can define the triggering point for notification. Then if we want any conditions which will allow this notification to trigger, we can. Then who would be the recipient? Do we want to include proper users? Okay, or do we want to make this notification trigger to security groups? So we can. And we can also define the email address explicitly, and we can define the message content and the body. So this is the subject and this is the body. So if notification should go to manager, it means so that like you can configure on the job application BP the notification by keeping groups as manager, that an existing employee. So in the body, you can define an existing employee has applied for this job rec. So it can go to manager. And let's suppose I'm logged in as Carol right now. And if I create job application, so I first need to create my prospect in the system. Okay.
Okay.
I need to create prospect. And if I cancel it, and if I try to search by Carol's name, because I think it doesn't allow you to add pre-hires. Okay, it only allows you to add prospect. So this is an internal person. So if I click on this, so he's a candidate only, but he's an internal one. Like he is currently like part of this job rec. Okay, but still his profile has been created. So like if I create create from existing workers. So this is an option. So I could just include Carol. But we definitely have to create the prospect. even if the candidate is referral or internal or external, it doesn't matter. The same job application BP gets triggered. Okay, so here you can define the rule that if candidate is internal, so like these are the ones which I've created previously. So you can take the hint, like this is how it looks like. Job application sources, internal or existing employee. And then it could go to manager here.
Okay.
And at the bottom, you have to mention the subject and the body. If I click here, I can apply here as well directly. So automatically the details are coming in. So Workday is fetching the details for Carol over here. Whosoever is applying directly. So here it won't trigger. If you'll click on submit now, and if that job application BP gets triggered, then the notification could be triggered and it will go to manager. So there are two ways of internal applications being triggered. So we have to select the candidates accordingly. So what you can do, just search for contingent worker, okay, in the system. And like how to search for contingent worker. Wait. Just search find worker. And here we could see the employee type. No, sorry, would be the worker type. Okay, and just make him apply to any one of your job rec. Okay, and make him go through the job application stages. Okay, and then see how on triggering the ready for hire BP and completing it, what all BPs will get triggered. So correction occurs when, like, if let's suppose we have a completed process and still we want to correct it. We want to correct a particular detail on that particular task. But if you're resending it, it means the completed whole event would be cancelled out, right?
Okay.
So what is the difference between cancel, resend, and correct? It only concerns about that particular inbox item on which you're doing the correction.
And cancel.
Cancel is like the whole event would be again cancelled.
Triggered.
Okay, but it should be in progress. It should not have a successfully completed state. We are going to send it back a particular task to somebody, to some other security group. So, for example, in offer stage, we were having the option where the candidate would send back the offer to the recruiter. So those send back buttons are not available on each and every inbox items. Those are configured through Workday only.
Okay.
Okay, and resend option you will only be able to see once the event is completed. Whereas cancel you will be able to see for all in progress events.
Okay.
And even correct will also not be visible for every inbox item. They will make the event roll back and totally like unsuccessfully completed status it would get. But the only difference is the event status to a particular task only. It won't affect any previous completed task. So 3 people are in higher stage.
Yeah.
So if I click on this, I could do this, but yeah, I need to go into the archive of the logins to see. Like if I click on the successfully completed, so I could see correct and resend, right? And if I click on in progress, I won't see resend, of course. Okay. Nothing is visible, and failed is like somebody has cancelled it or something. Then again, if I click on successfully, so I could see resend here, not correct. So it depends upon Workday also, which option he wants to give. But resend would be there for all completed ones.
Okay.
And if I look on actions, okay. And if I click here, okay, it is a reason. Okay, so here is an option. So submit is there, deny is there, save for later and close. Okay, but deny and cancel is like not the same. We could correct it, delegate it, reassign, or view. So it depends upon the task type also. So proposed comp is an important one. I wanted to show you cancel. Wait. You can search like for any in progress item, no? It would be simply present at no writer's confidence. But this is different. Yeah, here finally I could see a cancel button.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a consultant, you should also be aware about this feature, mass operation management. So this is a task which allows you to trigger a particular task in bulk. Okay, it is majorly used by admins and managers, but we have very restricted types which we can trigger in bulk. Like we can advance BP, so this is related to talent. Then we can cancel BPs in bulk. We can cancel feedback requests. Then we can reassign VPs. So if we want to do cancel, reassign in bulk, no, we could do that. We have to attach a report which will fetch in the details of all the audiences, like the employees on whom this mass operation will occur. So we can define. If we want to mass cancel any event or if we want to resend any completed event, then only we can. So like if you want to send any message to these people, to this particular candidate, so we can do that. If you want to inform him about something or anything immediately or anything, so a message could be sent to him. In this case. So we have a lot of options on job grid as well. So from here also, like we can add to pool, we can share this candidate, invite to apply, move to link. So we will look into the evergreen requisition testing also later on, then move to another job rec, that is also possible. Then copy to another job rec. Means we want to like copy all the details and make this candidate available on other job rec, that is possible. We can decline him from here, move him forward from here. So yeah, like that. We cannot create candidate home account right now, no? Otherwise, I would have shown you how in the task these messages and communication will look like. I'm saying that we don't have the candidate home account creation option, no? Right now.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not able to show you any communication also. Like otherwise I could show you how the invite to apply message will come to him, or how send message will come, or how if any task gets triggered and goes into the candidate home account, how it will look like. So
Okay.
yeah. So we have a task edit and setup notification. There are certain details we can give, then reminder setting mobile. Then for each module, we have the option of doing the setup. Then recruiting, if I go, then what would be the routing rule and everything. So this is more of HCM concept. Okay. And like, I'll not go into this because you might get confused. Let's see it. We can edit job rec from here. We could close job rec from here. Then we can manage job requisition freeze. So from here, we can do all these things, and it will lead to triggering of these BPs also.
Okay.
So what is the difference between closing and freezing? Closing is like temporary. Closing means forever we are going to close it.
Permanently
Okay.
closing.
Yeah, freezing is like for timing we are freezing it. And yeah, we should not have any open positions. Okay. If let's suppose we are going to trigger it from the worker profile itself, okay, then it would be done through change of BP directly. That would be through HCM. Okay. Like if I go here, and change business title, change job should also come. Okay, maybe I'm logged in as Logan, that's why. Let me search for somebody else. Yeah. So now I could add job and I could start change job. So transfer, promote, or change job is the same. These are just two ways of initiating it, the same thing. So all these features will lead to triggering of the HCM staffing BP only. Okay, but this would be like triggered from HCM perspective. Okay, like if we are creating a prospect for this and then applying him through a job app and then including it in the job rec. Okay, like for the promoted designation. So in that case, it would be done through recruitment. Generally, these ones are done from HCM only. HCM side only. Only the hiring, the main hiring, it is done through recruitment. Like of the external candidates, referrals, even the internal candidates also. Hire a BP and hiring restriction set. And yeah, we can do that. So it is generally taken care for confidential openings. Like recruiter can start the hiring using that as well. So hire task is used for hiring. We are going to present to the client these two options. It's their choice. Generally, the change job, add job, they occur through HCM only. Okay, and hiring the employee, whether his internal referral or external, it occurs through recruitment. And converting contingent to employee, that also occurs through recruitment. candidate is internal, skip this step or something like that. Then set up referral payment. So that we have already seen, right? When we are creating the job rec, no, so we can attach the standard referral payment. Okay, and then we have to add just one-time payment for referral as a step in any one of the job application stages B. Then hide or require optional fees for referral. So that is not an important slide, I would say. Then how to set up endorsement, I've told you, right? So you need to add a step that you need to send the request and then endorse candidate BP. That should be created.